Welcome to an all-new episode of Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed. I'm joined by Cameo. And I'm also joined by Buck Berlin.
Howdy.
He is the owner-operator of New World Comics here in Oklahoma City. This episode, we're going to have a spoiler review, so be ready. Spoiler review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a non-spoiler review of Aquaman, and we're going to give away the Nerdiez, our picks for some of the best things we enjoyed this year from movies, TV, comic books, music, and even I got like a secret one for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
Cool.
That's coming up. Want to tell you a little bit about New World Comics. This is a great store to get all your comic book needs, graphic novels, trade paperbacks. I really know the difference between those now.
You're welcome.
Also, like the single issues, that you can get a subscription.
Yep.
That way, every week you can get the ones and follow along because we've talked about this enough. But I haven't I'll buy the trade paperbacks usually or graphic novels. But I don't really get them week to week, except for Mr. Miracle. So that's the one that oh my God. And then the not the Watchmen, the
Doomsday Clock.
Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
So I've got sucked into this world even more now.
You're welcome again.
But yeah, well, it's great. I love it. I love comic books now. I mean, I sound like I just started. But we've talked about this. It's a lot of it was for me movies and stuff. And so I love the art. I love the stories, the writers, and now that was one thing. Like I said, when I was aware of comic books before, as opposed to being a huge fan now, is I never really followed writers and artists and stuff. And now you're telling me well, Tom King did this, and I'm like, ooh.
Think about it hey man, here's a Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
You're more apt to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's follow the quality of the creator.
Right. Yeah. And it's one of those things that I feel like you can get into comic books at any time.
Yeah.
Whether you're a kid, a teenager, or an adult, and there's themes that go on in a lot of these stories that really you can relate to.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said you calling yourself an adult is questionable.
No, yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's just me kind of giving my thumbs up for comic books.
Yay!
It's something that we started the show and we talked about comic books. We'd have people on to talk about comic books and stuff, but it wasn't until we really started doing it up here every week and having Buck on that man.
Right.
Yeah.
He's been dropping knowledge on us.
Yeah, and now, it's I was telling somebody about one of the storylines to Mr. Miracle the other day, and I was like, no, I am a nerd. I think they were thinking it, and I was thinking it, so I was like, it is so.
It is so.
Nerdiest thing you've ever said. So,
yeah. But you guys have another superhero school coming up?
Yeah, this Saturday it's going to be Hellboy and Santa.
Hellboy. So I don't know if we may try to have this up before so people know about that. But Hellboy and Santa now was the Hellboy trailer that came out. That's perfect timing, right? Because you guys had this planned already. Did you know the trailer was coming out?
He did.
No, honestly.
Lies.
No, seriously.
That's in the comic book owner weekly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
If only.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was just telling Cameo about this. He had posted a picture of a Green Lantern figure that was coming out, and we hadn't actually seen it yet. I got an email from Diamond an hour later than when he had posted it, and it's supposed to be exclusive to the store.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep your ear to the screets.
That's weird.
That's what Cameo does, right?
That's what I do, man.
Yeah.
Screets.
The screets.
Screets.
You know what? I retire. I'm going home. That's weird.
Well, we're talking about the shop, New World Comics here in Oklahoma City, just south of 63rd on Meridian. And I wanted to mention because, like I said, you're having Hellboy Superhero School.
Yep.
You can find great Hellboy trade paperbacks, Do they still make single issues?
Yeah.
That's still going on.
Yeah, Hellboy and the BPRD came out again this week. So
But I wanted to.
Wait, before you go on, are you still staying on Hellboy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hellboy, the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Make sure you go check it out on our social media pages because I posted it.
Do that.
Yeah, at the Nerds to Men.
But I'm looking at a Hellboy here behind the glass,
Yeah.
and you know something about that one.
yeah, so that's the Wild Hunt. That is what they're basing the movie off of.
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting because it's pretty late in the Hellboy mythos, so
really.
to speak.
Mhm.
And it doesn't work out for a lot of people involved in Hellboy.
Ape Sapien dies.
I wouldn't say that. No.
What about Lobster Johnson?
Spoiler. I just spoiled it.
No,
I don't know,
no,
does
you
he?
didn't.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Someone more integral
Oh.
does. But
Hellboy dies.
you know. God.
Well, I do.
Some people have no chill.
I think it was David Harbour or somebody I was reading said this isn't like another reboot where there's an origin story.
Yeah.
But it is a thing where he finds himself in like some territory he hasn't been in and all that. So it sounded very cool to me. And in fact, I think I'm looking at maybe what's possibly a little bit of the Hellboy costume coming together over there.
Yeah. Well, because last time we did Hellboy, like the night before or maybe 2 days before, I got told that everyone who could be Hellboy couldn't. Like they all dropped out. So
that sucks.
I had to be Hellboy. And I was so upset. So I had to shave, and yeah. So I had like these super awesome chops for like a day.
Who cancels on Hellboy? That's a juicy role right there, Cameo.
Yeah, well, and like as much as I love him, like it's I wasn't ready to like
wear red paint all day.
Yeah, well, and yeah, like since it was such a last minute thing, like I didn't get to go home and shower everything off, and like I had black and red rings around my eyes all day, and I was like, "Are you okay? You don't look okay."
Yeah.
So
Well, my dope man in the back,
yeah,
having some fun.
I might have to pick up this Hellboy over here, Buck.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the first appearance of the Blood Queen who makes an appearance in the movie.
Mila Jovovich doesn't seem like she has aged.
No,
She's a vampire.
I swear to God, they need to reboot the Highlander series with Keanu Reeves and Mila Jovovich.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And Sam Jackson. And who else doesn't age?
We're rabbit
Halle
trailing
Berry.
just a little bit, but did you hear like Keanu Reeves wants to play Wolverine?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Well, here's the
Yes.
thing. I want to play. Give me $1 million.
yeah.
I'll play Wolverine.
Right?
Sure. I will do everything in my power to be Wolverine.
But Keanu Reeves is a respected actor. No. I mean, I like Keanu Reeves.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it, but there's a difference between liking
He's an
and respecting.
actor.
Yeah. No,
Up
he's
there
a
with
movie
Anthony
star.
Hopkins. You're right. No, you are right.
Yeah.
He is a movie star.
Yeah.
But
There's
Wolverine,
definitely a difference.
though, Cameo, you want this?
I wouldn't say I want it. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I want it. Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Why?
Because he kind of, I feel like if anybody's going to pull off the chops, it would be Keanu Reeves.
No, he has really patchy chops. Wolverine has thick, luscious.
That's true.
chops.
That's true.
I guess.
I see what you were saying, and I ignored it
But
completely.
Keanu Reeves, here's the thing, though. Keanu Reeves is
Hey, I want you
older
to look
than
at,
Hugh Jackman,
the
isn't he?
Sentinel right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want you to look at it.
He's trying to tell me something with his hands.
Yeah. The California.
He says
Hello.
I'm number 1 or 2.
Yeah. You're a number 2. What were we talking about? Oh, Keanu Reeves. Isn't he older than Hugh Jackman?
I don't think so.
He's getting up there now.
Let's look at it.
Net worth quick. No.
But either way, older than Hugh Jackman or not, he's at least as old. Like, I think they need to go with somebody a little bit maybe younger.
I think they need to go with someone shorter.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Wolverine's 5'3".
Yeah, that beyond the fact that Keanu Reeves.
He's 5'3". He's 3 feet wide and like 500 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, he is older by 4 years.
I knew it.
what? Jack Human's how old?
50.
Wow. Wait, how old's Keanu?
54.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Who do you think has more money?
We'll
We'll do a quick net worth.
Quick net worth.
We didn't do a net worth for this week.
Oh man, I'm going to say that Jack Human has $60 million.
Okay.
And I'm saying that Keanu has at least 110.
I'll say 120 for Keanu, and I'll say 40 million.
Hold on. Okay. Wait. Do we need to reset and up a level?
Keanu, yes.
Okay. Keanu, 400 million.
Okay, Brad.
Crap. $1.
No. Keanu Reeves' net worth $360 million.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
$360 million. And Hugh Jackman was, what did you say?
What did I say? 60? What'd you say?
50.
You said 50?
No,
I
I
think
said
50.
40 then. I went lower.
Somebody said 120. Who said 120 for?
We said 120 for Keanu.
For Keanu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hugh
Jackman's at 120?
No, he's 150.
Good for you, Hugh Jackman. Good for you.
Hey.
But Keanu Reeves? $360 million?
Okay, think
I
about how
believe
much
it.
money The Matrix made.
Oh, that is true.
And the deal that he and that's the thing. He got deals on the back end, and he produced some of the other stuff. So he's set. He didn't take any pay on one of the Matrix movies. He was like, all right, instead of paying me, give everyone who's worked on this more money. Break it up amongst them.
And those John Wick movies did pretty good too.
Yeah.
So
Keanu Reeves, that's the guy you want to be like. Not
He's a classy guy.
not like who's our guy? Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah.
With his,
10 million?
yeah, with
with
his
that,
dismal 8 million.
Listen, man, he may have gotten divorced. Oh man, God, yeah, I should have done a net worth this week because there's some people that you're like, man, they must be rolling. Oh yeah, divorce.
Oh.
So
Our next net worth will be divorcees.
yeah, you'll do they're worth how much?
Yeah. Probably my net worth in some cases because I'm still married, so I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? Rich.
In love.
Yeah. That's all you need.
That's right?
Yeah. You know what you should do when you're in love?
What?
Take a girl out to Paint and Cheers.
Oh. There we go.
I was gonna say that's a bad way to get to stay married. Take another girl out.
Not take your girl, not another girl.
Okay.
Take or I mean, you could take a large party of girls. They love large parties at Paint and Cheers. Like you and 20 other girls.
Sure was nice having this sponsorship.
Oh no, but they're awesome at Paint and Cheers. You got to go there. They're in the Plaza District here in Oklahoma City. They got the website paintcheers.com, and you go there. You will, in the course of an evening, have as much fun as humanly possible. Adam will help you paint like a great painting that you can take home, be proud of, give away as gifts. I mean, it's a Christmas time. I'm going to put mine in a stocking, give it to one of you guys for sure. But
I look forward to that stocking.
yeah, it's the one that
It's not the one underneath the bed.
Whatever.
It is.
Whatever.
Sick. I gotta remember what I was gonna say now. Paint and Cheers. Yeah.
This is going to be the most heavily edited show ever.
I never edit. That's what you guys don't realize. I never.
It out.
I leave it in. I leave it
I will
in.
leave you in.
But yeah, so go paint. You get your drink on. They got Thirsty Thursdays. That's where you get $2 Boda Box wine specials. On Saturday at 2 p.m., they've got bottomless sangria. And on Sundays at 2 p.m., bottomless mimosas. Delicious. And like I say, you get a great piece of art to claim as your own. So
Nice.
Sweet.
you not like our friend Jerry Bennett, where you're a fake artist. You'll be a real artist at Paint and Cheers.
Oh, man.
No, Jerry's awesome.
Man.
Jerry would love Paint and Cheers.
You should say something real quick and make Jerry appear.
Yeah. Don't you do it.
But what now?
They were voted in the Gazette as a great place for an adult party. So leave Jerry at home, take a big group of friends, go to paintandcheers.com and get your seats right now.
Cameo's
Paintandcheers.com.
about to die.
I am.
We give Jerry so much crap,
We do.
but he loves it.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't love crap, but he loves us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves our crap.
Yeah.
Well,
This has gone way off. Let's roll it. Let's roll the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Hurry
let's
up.
do it.
Yeah.
Longest intro ever.
It was a long intro, but
8 hours later.
that's when you're a big time show like ours. You got to mention the 100 sponsors.
Yeah.
And you got to introduce, because people want to know what's going on in our lives. Mm-hmm. No one does. No one asks.
Right?
No one ever asks.
So we just tell them.
Yeah. You just listen to what Brad has been doing this week. I've been thinking about doing like other podcasts, just like at the house, but I don't know. Like this is my favorite thing to do, to be honest. Nerds to Men.
Yeah.
Because I could do some, but I don't know what else I would talk about,
Right? I mean, because we kind of talk about everything.
Yeah, we do. We should probably never talk outside of the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from now on, me, you, and Buck, we don't have any interaction.
So when we come in the shop, we just don't say anything to Buck.
Yeah. We just don't talk to each other.
Comics, sir.
Yeah. But then when we start the podcast, it's like, hey guys, hey, best friends, hey. That's how it's done in radio. So
it is.
We all three. This is a great thing because sometimes we're not all three on the same page. Aww. Mm-hmm. But we all three saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep. Because someone here made the effort last week and went and saw it and made last episode better, and everyone should go watch it.
Yeah. So spoilers.
Yes.
If you're this far and you didn't realize that we were going to spoil it, we are going to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is one of those movies, and I hate to say it because it's awesome. It's so good.
Uh-oh. Here comes a butt.
But I feel like
you're a butt.
This isn't like as wide as mainstream a movie that people are going to see as if it was.
Spider-Man is in it.
I know, but if it wasn't animated, I feel like a lot more people would be going to see it.
Well, yeah, that's just how it all works.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's maybe one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever seen.
Well, sure.
It is. It is. And I will say that it is kind of a tearjerker in some spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So make sure you bring your tissue paper.
Yeah.
Because you will cry.
It's funny because I know we talked about this last week while Buck was searching for dope.
Go watch the show. It all makes sense.
Shamik Moore, who was in Dope, he played Miles Morales, and I was like, how's he going to do that? Like, he can't sound like a 14, 15-year-old kid. He did amazing.
He did.
I mean, I know he's an amazing actor.
Well,
but
and it was recorded 2.5 years ago, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he was 22? No, I don't know. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, wow, wonder what took it so long. Probably all the amazing animation.
So here's what they did. They computer animated everything, and then they hand animated on top of that.
Yeah, you can tell.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, anytime that you saw, like, when they were web shooting and you saw, like, the extra thwips, it was, like, little touches like that.
Yeah. Well, that part was awesome, but, like, even the different styles of animation, like the Spider-Ham was a different kind of animation than Penny.
Yeah.
Penny Parker.
Yeah.
And Noir was a different style.
Yeah. So, and then the way they combined all of that together was so good.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all were just watching just to watch, but did you see some of the
names that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like Sarah Pacelli was one of Miles's phone contacts.
Yeah.
She's the artist.
And
so was Bendis.
Bendis and Steve Ditko, and I was I know that and that and that, and then like the names that were dropped, and it was this is good, and then like Sam Raimi's name got thrown in.
Yeah. Because there was there was some homage, I guess, to the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Even though it wasn't like homage as much as it was, haha, this is what y'all thought was lame, and we're gonna make fun of it now because we can, and it's funny now.
And what I really liked was Chris Pine's version of Spider-Man. Which was basically almost like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which was Chris Pine?
He was the first Spider-Man.
Okay, the one that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to figure out everybody's voices, and Chris Pine, I like that, but I felt like his voice was a little too gravelly. Like, I don't know. Like, I always imagine Spider-Man when he like Tobey Maguire's perfect.
Oh,
Because
see, I
he
hate
kind of
Tobey
has like
Maguire.
a nerdy
No,
sounding
Tobey Maguire
voice.
sound like it's it's too creepy.
It is.
When he's like in the backyard, like professing his love to Mary Jane, like we are in first grade, and you did this play. I thought you were the most beautiful. I was like, shut
Yeah,
up.
but I don't expect Spider-Man to sound like Chris Pine though. Like I want like a nerdier sounding
It would have
guy.
been great if they would have done the "Hey Andrew Garfield."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
Well, I heard they are probably trying to get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in a sequel.
That's cool.
Oh, that'd be great.
But not sure if they're going to play like a Spider-Man or like a different character.
Well, in the Spider-Verse comics, like when they did the whole thing that kicked it off, like there are Spider-Men that are like going through the big battle, and like two of them meet up, and they're like, I think I saw this guy who looks like an actor. In your world, do they have Tobey Maguire? And the guy was like, yeah, they have that. And there was this guy dressed up like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh no, every Spider-Man's in that. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's really cool.
Well, because it kind of reminded me of the animated Spider-Man movie back in the, or not movie,
The
show.
episode, yeah.
Where I think it was like the final episode where all the Spider-Men came.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like the fake Spider-Man who plays them in the movies.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. So I wonder if they're going to do something like that. I mean, they probably won't, but that'd be kind of cool if they did something like that.
I thought Jake Johnson as Spider-Man, the second one that came.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good.
His voice bothered me at first when I heard it in the trailers, but when you go from Chris Pine, who definitely does have that heroic quality to his voice, to him, who's kind of the everyman, it's the, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
You were going for,
And I got to say, if people had caught the Into the Spider-Verse superhero school that you guys did, would have been totally prepared for the, if they weren't already following along with the comics and knew, like me, I didn't know some of these, but I was perfectly informed for this movie. So that's a kudos to superhero school.
Thanks.
And why people should check that out.
So I'll go see, or not see, but, check out Hellboy next week.
Yeah.
And then, let's see.
Hey, Soso was in it.
Who?
Soso from Orange is the New Black.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Played Penny Parker.
I don't know who Soso is.
I think her name was Soso.
I don't remember. But the picture isn't striking any memories either.
But my favorite was the, a lot of people actually didn't stay past the credits for everything. Oscar Isaac was $20.99.
Oh, was that who that was?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
so
great.
that's why I was like, it's rude to point, Brad.
Yeah.
And that's why I had the $20.99 shirt on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
loved that. That was awesome.
Oh, man.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Haley Steinfeld.
That's
Yeah.
Soso.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's cool. I don't think that's the same person.
Yeah,
It
which
is.
I didn't realize Haley Steinfeld was the girl from True Grit.
Was she?
Yeah, she's a girl that, yeah.
She's also the girl off of Bumblebee.
I haven't.
And she's in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3.
Wait,
Man.
double dip Haley Steinfeld.
Right.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah. It's a big end of the year for her.
Right?
Man, I wonder what her net worth is.
We'll have to look that up. But Spider-Woman. I have her listed as Spider-Woman. That's not right, is it?
No, it should be Ghost Spider, but
In her world, she was like, hey, and I was Spider-Woman.
Oh, that's right.
Because in the
she
comics,
said
yeah, she calls herself Spider-Woman. And then right now, for marketing reasons, they're like, Ghost Spider, because there's too many other Spider-Women.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so last week when you talked about Kingpin, Liev Schreiber was Kingpin.
That's the worst design
I
I've
agreed with you.
ever
Because
seen.
everybody else looked really good, but him just,
I was like, what is this brick with a head in the middle of it?
yeah. I didn't enjoy
If they
that
could have
part.
moved the head up, like,
right? He looked like the Hunchback.
yeah.
And he was just like, his head was like in the middle of his chest, like where his chest should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine going out and like, here's a suit that I like, but we need to tailor in this humpback.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And see, I wasn't really too fond of the Green Goblin. either.
Yeah.
He was huge.
Well, but
I thought that was cool,
That's a take from
actually.
the Ultimate Comics.
right, but was he that huge though?
No, I mean, like, he hulked out. So I mean, I understand if they're playing with they're super into science on this one, and this is just kind of what we're getting here for this.
Yeah.
So,
Miles Morales' mom was also, and I recognized her voice, was also on Orange is the New. No, not Orange is the New Black. What was?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was in that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's cool.
And she was in Dexter.
John Mulaney was really good as Spider-Ham.
Yeah. So on the New World podcast, I had Josh Harding, who we call Sweaty Josh.
Yes. Yeah.
He's always like when you shake his hand, it's always wet.
Oh, okay.
So the night after he saw it, he sent me a picture of Spider-Ham. I was like, "Hey, look, it's me." And he even kind of looks like John Mulaney too. So like it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Make sure
funny.
he doesn't shake that hand after midnight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sweaty Josh, don't touch me anyway. Marshall Ali, he's a superstar. So he was really good.
He played the Prowler.
Yeah, he was really good as the uncle, and man, that got you in the feels too.
Oh
man,
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Morales. This story with Miles Morales was amazing. I haven't read the Miles Morales comic books or anything. I know who he is, of course.
Yeah.
And but man, this story, if they pulled from the comics or if they made it up, it was really really good.
So what happens in the comics? Like you have the Ultimate Spider-Man comic where it's Peter Parker learning to use this. Like you start right when Peter gets bitten, and then you go through his life, where they modernized it, where he has all these different relationships and has all this stuff happen to him. And, of course, being a young kid, you're going to tell your best friends, hey, guess what? So, like, he does the, hey, MJ, I'm Spider-Man. I need someone I can talk to about this. Oh, my God. So, and then, like, all this happens. And then it leads up to Peter eventually sacrificing himself to save, everyone in his neighborhood. Like, Green Goblin kills him.
Right.
And then Miles shows up. And everyone's like, dude, wearing that costume's in bad taste. But, he had been bitten by the spider.
Yeah.
And then as you're reading all the Miles comics, he keeps saying a lot of the same things that Peter was saying, but they have like it's the same situation, same thing that he says, but a completely different meaning. And it's that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's how similar and different this is all at the same time, and it really made you love Miles, like, right off the bat. Like, oh, okay, I get where he's coming from on everything.
Yeah, and I'm really digging Miles Morales, though.
Yeah, because like last week you were asking me about the issue 1. I was like, okay, so it's good, but it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
and you read it, and you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like the first half of the issue is like, here is everything that's happened in Miles's life up until now. Here's the story.
I thought Brian Tyree Henry as Miles' dad, Jefferson Davis.
Yeah.
Man, I thought he was really good too, and that whole story was very impactful. Like I said, I thought the voice actors did amazing jobs in this movie. I can't give it up to them enough because an animated movie that I had to drag my wife to basically. Because she was like, it's a cartoon or, whatever. Yeah. She wasn't into that so much and loved the movie.
Well, and it's not often that you get the actor, like named actors that are, just paid to be in an animated movie, put that kind of performance into it. Because usually it's here's, Ellen in a Pixar movie.
Right.
She's collecting a big paycheck. She's not like, this is my passion. Like,
right.
All these people were like, oh, this is really cool. I want to be a part of this. Here's my all.
Right.
Well, and you know what I think is happening right now? I think with the success of Venom and now with this movie, some form or fashion, they're going to use these people in probably a live action movie sometime.
Yes.
That could be. I loved Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
Oh, he was amazing. That was so good.
That was perfect.
Nicolas Cage is one of those guys that I think he makes too many movies, of course.
Yeah.
And so it waters down his brand. And he's easy to make fun of. But he really, he pops up in some stuff where he's amazing.
Yeah.
And I will always...
Con Air. Oh my God, I love that movie.
I will always love Nicolas Cage. So I thought he was really good. Now I wanted to ask you, AD was telling me that there's some really good Spider-Man Noir stuff out there.
Yeah.
Do we have any here?
Not currently, because there's this movie that just came out.
Yeah, so everybody came and got them.
Yeah.
What's some one like? Do you have any off the top of your head that you would recommend?
The first collection of just Spider-Man Noir, because he was the first one to kick off the line, kind of like Ultimate Spider-Man. You know, someone had this really cool idea, and talked Marvel into it, and they're like, okay, let's go. Let's go and see where that goes.
Yeah. Is there are they in any trade paperbacks?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. Well, I'll have to check some of those out because I think I'd like that too.
Yeah, and then there's the Spider-Verse trade paperback. It's a little pricey. It's $50, but it has everything. Mm-hmm. Like anything that you could want out of it is pretty much in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think all of our bowels stayed full till the end of the movie.
Yes.
It was a no pee movie for everyone.
Yeah.
No pee movie for sure. No pee.
3 no peas. That's really good. But I really loved it. I think Miles Morales, he captures everything you like about Spider-Man, the youth, the having to go through this.
Oh my God. Yeah. The teenage awkwardness.
Yeah.
I've never seen better captured.
Yeah.
In any kind of medium, like books, TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, it felt more than just an animated movie.
Yeah.
And so we all highly recommend it. Of course, hopefully if you've got this far, you've seen it. But I want to say this, the music, the soundtrack was really good.
Yeah.
Cameo, I kind of want to get your take on this, Mr. TMZ, because
okay.
Cameo was just featured on TMZ again.
I was.
Live your best life.
Yeah, that's what Cameo's doing.
I am.
What's the relationship between hip hop and Spider-Man? Because it seems like a lot of people in hip hop do love Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because he's from New York City, or Queens? Is it because like I say, there's, a lot of his stories start off when he's younger, and so there's that youthfulness. And tell me what you think. Is it because Spider-Man's, cray cray?
Here's the thing. I want to hear the answer because I've listened to enough of the interviews. I know what it is.
Ooh. Well, I should ask Buck.
Yeah, you should ask Buck because I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. I would say for Miles. Because one, Brooklyn, that was like the home for hip hop was Brooklyn, New York.
Biggie.
Before then,
African
Bambaataa.
Yeah.
The Zulu Nation.
Yeah. Like when we were watching, what was that show we were watching? The Get Down.
The Get Down. Yeah. So basically, all of those people, started the hip hop movement.
Right.
And then obviously it turned to gangster rap and, all that. But I think just because it is New York and for Miles, he's young, black, half Hispanic. And, that's his culture. So that's why I think for this movie, for this Spider-Man, that's why.
Okay. So the fascination stems from Spider-Man is covered head to toe. You don't know who's under that mask.
Right.
And it could be anyone.
Right.
And he sticks to his core values and doesn't do what society's telling him to do, even if it looks like what he's doing is wrong. He's really doing the right thing.
Right.
And that's the whole appeal to Spider-Man for them.
So it could be Peter Parker under the mask or Grandmaster Flash. You don't know.
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, like Sean Combs.
Yeah.
Was I have to start off with Pusher Terrence and we gotta maintain Sean Combs. Said that like he was absolutely obsessed with Spider-Man, and for the longest, like he read as much Spider-Man comics as he could until he got told to put him down or asked to leave wherever he was at, and for the longest time he didn't know that Spider-Man was a white guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick. Like I want like Hollywood to make a movie to where we don't know who the superhero is. So basically, like a Spider-Man,
like V for Vendetta.
Oh, they did do that. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Well, like Spider-Man, you're right. Because when I grew up watching the cartoon and stuff, I didn't know he was a teenager or different things. Spawn. different
Yeah.
things like that. So,
But no, I see what you're saying. Like it needs to not be the exception to the rule.
Right.
It should be
yeah.
Like we don't know who. It should be like Metalhead. They don't know who they are.
Right.
Right.
We don't know who the gorillas are. I mean, I don't. Do you know who the gorillas are?
Yeah.
Damon Albarn.
And they created one of them created Tank Girl and
Are you talking about the group, the musical
Yeah.
group?
yeah, and they were the Flies before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Sorry.
like
I don't know. I'm dead serious. I don't know who they are.
who's the two dudes in the Daft
Daft
Punk?
Punk. Yeah.
Don't know who they are.
Yeah.
If they walked into the store right now, you'd be like, "Hey,
You can Google it. There are pictures.
oh, Bug, you got to ruin everything."
Right? Dang
No,
I'll be over here. I don't know who they are.
Buck would be like, "Hey, it's Daft Punk." We'd be like, "No,
No, whatever.
They'd be like, we.
man, Buck,
Okay.
he's putting us to shame."
Right?
Sorry, guys.
All right. So, anything else that you guys want to add to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse before we go? Before we move on from that, anyway, because I just thought it was amazing. What I would love to ask you guys, actually, what do you think that we'll see next from this animation team? Hopefully, something next, and then B. Have they surpassed DC? Like, can we keep saying DC's killing them? Oh, although this wasn't Marvel, this was Sony.
Something to add to this. Right before, yeah.
You go ahead.
So this just proves how bad of a mistake Disney made with Star Wars, because this is the same writing team that got fired off of Han Solo.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like they did the Lego movie, and
Yeah.
and it just shows that they would have poked all the right fun and been super serious in all the right places.
That's perfect for what they did with Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You're right.
They had that's ridiculous about Spider-Man, so let's include that.
Yeah.
And frame it in this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, but so have they surpassed DC with this movie? Is this the best animated movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, will I say they surpassed them? No.
Because of their body of work so far?
Yeah, in the animation, realm, no, they haven't. But was this the best one since, the death of Superman, or what was the last one before that, like one of the best DC animated ones?
Oh, Batman manga, right? Or anime.
I was like,
really though, like the Batman, the New 52 that they started down, those were really good to me.
Well, okay,
really good.
Because I really liked Aquaman's Throne of Atlantis.
Yeah.
That one.
Flashpoint was a great one.
Oh, yeah.
A great one.
Yeah, but I'd still say that Spider-Verse is like.
Oh, it's hands down way
hands down.
better than
Yeah.
those.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, with all of that,
Because they're putting them out in more frequency.
Yeah. If we get 1, 2 year or a year from now, then I'll change and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that they said that there's going to be spin-offs like Spider-Gwen and maybe some other things, but I would also like I say, I might be asking them to do way too much because they may be like, we're going to do a different project next time. But I'd love to see like an X-Men or
that'd be dope.
I don't know. Like I want some more of the Spider. Like my only two complaints of the movie would be like the actual complaint is Kingpin looked awful.
He did.
Second one, I would like to see some more of the different Spider-Men of different universes.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because like these were very much supporting characters that you didn't really feel fleshed out, but you knew that there was so much more to tell about them.
Right.
So
my thing is I would like to see more animated movies from like Marvel and Sony and some of those just because I feel like it translates a lot better.
Yeah.
These big movies like the Avengers and stuff and the Justice League and all that, those are great. Well, Justice League is not great, but but you know what I'm saying. Those are cool. But if we got like a Thor in between or that's animated but dope like this movie, not dope like what you're trying to find, Buck.
that movie starting Miles Morales.
Yes.
Over here.
I do wish that Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales had more of a connection. I mean, you kind of see it towards the end.
I appreciate that they held off on that.
Yeah, me too. But
because it would have been almost too much on him.
Right.
Juggling like all the death and all the powers, like then yeah.
No, I feel you, but I kind of feel like
I get what you're saying. Though,
it was like I wish it was because it was like their joke between him and his uncle, like you ain't got no game,
right?
So it's just like I kind of wish that would hurry it up a little bit quicker, but thinking back about that, and it's okay.
And the at the end, when he's looking at the pictures, it's hinting towards there's something, which I think is the perfect place to end that.
Yeah.
Because then it's a whole nother place for him to go. Like, how do you foster a romance? That's more than just long distance.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was I can't say it enough. I just think that this was one of the best animated, one of the best superhero movies. I know people are going to be like, what? Because like we've got Logan and all kinds of great. This one it worked. It worked really, really good.
And you can't compare this story, this origin story to Logan. Like you can't.
No, you can't. It's a totally different thing.
Right.
But like I said,
no.
it's a better way that I feel to represent comic books in this way. And it was just it was an amazing movie. You'll have to watch it if you haven't, and if you have, go watch it again. Cameo's going to.
Yeah.
Another movie that Cameo saw, and we're not going to do any spoilers. We're gonna kind of
real quick.
go through this quickly.
Yeah.
But you did get to go see Aquaman.
Yeah.
What did you think about the movie? Were you entertained?
I was entertained. It was a no pee movie for me, mainly because I had to keep my wife's eyes closed from looking at a wet Jason Momoa.
Wet Thor.
Yeah. But if you don't know what we're talking about, Wet Thor, go check our Instagram page.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good. It was very, very visual.
Is that apt?
I wouldn't say that.
My wife sent me that. My wife said, this is something that she saw. Aquaman is the best Star Wars movie of the year.
What?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. It was good. Comparing to DC films, it was better than Justice League. It was better than Batman versus Superman. It wasn't better than Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. But it was entertaining. It was fun. A lot of action in it.
I heard the CGI is really cool, though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The way James Wan, had his, vision of, people underwater was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of a live action, not to put it down, but Little Mermaid almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was that cool. You see all like the little characters, the
under the sea,
Yeah.
under the sea.
The best part of it all cracked me up. There was an octopus playing drums.
Awesome.
That's terrible.
So,
You'll see why when you see it.
Someone mentioned that it's that they essentially lifted the plot from Black Panther. And
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Cool.
Basically.
Then knowing that, I think I'm more ready to go see it. As opposed to like walking out and feeling like I got tricked.
Yeah, and it's I forgot what storyline they're taking it from, but it's basically the same thing. But it's almost kind of different because T'Challa has the throne.
Yeah.
And then he's challenged by his cousin. Ocean Master has the throne and is being challenged by his brother.
Okay.
So the kind of stories are kind of swapped, but
Gotcha. Okay.
So when I said no spoilers, I meant spoiler it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
just the setup. That's just the setup.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, everything you said so far, like if you read one Aquaman comic,
Sure.
because Ocean Master's always trying to,
Yeah.
So
Black.
Manta,
Yes.
Panther,
Black Manta was pretty cool.
cool.
I liked him in it.
I don't want to go back to.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
What's his name? The dude that's all fresh off the boat.
I haven't seen that. I
You haven't
watched that
seen
show.
it? Randy Park, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or Randy Park. I think it's Randy Park, but he's in it in Aquaman, and he was also in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So he's like double dipping.
That's cool.
That's cool. Like Rosario Dawson, she just floats around
Yeah.
doing all of
Yeah.
them. Well, not anymore. She's Netflix is over. No more paycheck from Netflix.
I wonder if she knew. I was like, I'm done.
But Aquaman, you'd say it's definitely.
And fellas, don't take your wives or your girlfriend.
I don't. Like, I was gonna say I really don't like to back up to other segments, but I want to say one more thing about Spider-Man before we move on. Too much CGI.
Shut up.
Leave. Hey, look at the Sentinel.
Yeah. Dang, Sentinel. Dang. All right. Well, if you don't like CGI and you like to get your hands in the reel, go to Paint and Cheers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Best transition ever.
No, they're horrible. But it was not horrible. Paint and Cheers.
There you go. Yeah.
Our friends Paint and Cheers, they will help you have a great night out. You can do birthday parties, large parties. You still have time to maybe put together a Christmas party, but you better act quick. Maybe a New Year's party. But they got stuff going on all year round, and you go out, you're going to create a great piece of art with Adam. They're in the Plaza District. They got drink specials. Thursday nights, it's Thirsty Thursday, $2 Boda Box wine. I know people love Boda Box wine. So also on Saturdays, starting at 2 p.m., they have bottomless sangria. On Sunday, bottomless mimosas starting at 2 p.m., and they got all kinds of nights that you can have a great time, as much fun as humanly possible, and make some art, get your drink on, and reserve your seats right now at paintandcheers.com. And we're kind of getting towards the end of the year. I mean, we've only got 11 more days as of today when we're recording this. So, and
I had to check his math on that one.
Holidays can get nuts, so who knows if we'll be back before. No, we'll be back. But we are going to go ahead and do some end of the year awards. We'll call the Nerdies.
Is this what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Every year now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
And hopefully, if I have a little bit of time, I'm going to put together a graphic of Jerry's face in gold.
Nice. Nice.
Which is our Nerdies.
Man, look at that graphic that's right here.
Look at it.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. A gold Jerry Bennett.
Love that graphic.
Now I have to do it. All right. All right. So we're going to start with, and hey, this is unofficial, but it's just our top 3 of each category, starting with movies. Ooh. So the first one, I will go with Cameo. Who was your top nerdy for the movies?
Black Panther.
Black Panther for 2018. Cameo's top pick, and that was a great movie. What we did, we kind of put together our top 3, and I picked in case there was any, duplicates. But yeah. So Buck, you also enjoyed Black Panther.
Yes, although for me, Infinity War edged it out just a little bit more, just because I love Thanos. Like. Back when they were showing promo shots for like what was going to be in the first Thor movie, like at Comic-Con, someone showed the Infinity Gauntlet. I lost my mind.
Yeah.
So like, and then like anytime that Thanos, was rumored to be in a thing, like I made sure that I knew about it. I knew everything. Like,
right.
Oh my God.
Right.
So for this one, it was there he is, and there he was being great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My pick was Bad Times at the El Royale, which is completely different than kind of went in a different direction, although has a lot of people that
that are in the
it was directed by Drew Goddard. Our Chris Hemsworth was in it. He was really good in it. Did any of you guys get to see this yet?
Not yet.
It really is a movie that I think you guys will like, and more so. Sometimes when you're talking about movies and everything, there's movies to me, and then there's films, and then. This was more of a film, and it's, kind of has some of that noir style. It also reminded me of maybe something like the Coen brothers had done, kind of along that vein. And those are the movies that I really, really enjoy. So that one, to me, was my top movie of the year, which we got some honorable mentions, though. On everybody's top 3, I think Into the Spider-Verse actually got mentioned. And did you have another one that you wanted to mention, Buck?
Did I?
Maybe it was the TV shows. Yeah, it was.
TV shows, yeah.
But Deadpool, did that kind of...
It was good, but,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're comparing,
Yeah, I'm not ranting and raving about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if this was, 2016?
Yeah.
The first one came out?
Yeah.
If we did a Nerdiez in, yeah, that would have been up there.
I really did enjoy Deadpool 2, but
Yeah.
has the PG-13 version been released?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's about to end.
Yeah, it's got 4 more days.
I wonder
Yeah.
how it's doing. Has anybody heard? There's a lot of people going.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
To me, I still can't take my nephews. It needs to be the PG version,
Yeah.
so it doesn't do anything. I'd rather just see the R version. All right, so let's go to the TV shows for the nerdies. We need like special music, like
Yeah.
All right.
horrible. All right, all right. So the first one,
Our wrap-up music.
Yeah.
the first one, Cameo, your number one pick.
Blackish.
Okay, so I have to put my cosign on this one too, but it's not the one I'm gonna read as mine. But it is in my top 3.
Yeah.
I love Blackish. It is so funny. There's a lot of great issues that this show covers, but then it's also really relatable and just relationships. One thing we talked about a lot in comic books and stuff was in Mr. Miracle was like the relationship between Scott Free and Big Barda,
Right.
and how that it's really captured in that comic book. In this this TV show, it really captures like these two this married couple, and like last season it ended kind of depressing where like we were like, it was like a couple weeks because the show's so upbeat and funny, but then there was a couple weeks where they couldn't get along, but it was like, oh, like I've seen times where me and Jen have kind of had that kind of, because every relationship has ups
Right.
and downs, even if ours is mostly downs. But no, I'm kidding.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Jen never watches.
So if anyone listening has counseling advice or whatever, post comments below. And
Maybe even sponsor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah. No, my wife knows that anything I say on the radio or podcast has no effect on real life.
And this is where he starts talking about his mistresses.
Right.
No. But even
It was a bit, I swear. No, I'm sorry.
But I have to say, did I tell you this on the air yet about Blackish? A few weeks ago, there was an episode where Rainbow
Yeah.
kind of finds out that her husband, she thinks like she has these friends that are, sucking all her time, and they just kind of want things from her to fix them. Well, she finds out it's not really her friends that are the main offenders; it's her husband. And so she has to tell him, like, listen, you're the one that's expecting more from me than I need to be giving and all that. And so he kind of has to learn a lesson there. Well, as soon as that TV show is over, my wife goes into the kitchen and makes a waffle and comes back in there. I was like, oh, it smells good. What was that? And she goes, I made a waffle and I ate it. And I was like, where's my waffle? I was like, you did that because of the show. You did it on purpose. Because here's the thing. When you make waffles, how many waffles do you make?
As many as I can for everyone.
Yeah. Because there's 2 slots.
Yeah.
So you got to make 2 even if you're only going to...
Oh, you mean like see, like when I make waffles,
Oh.
I make waffles.
No, she heated up a waffle
okay,
in the freaking toaster.
Okay, well, if I'm doing that, then I say, hey, does anyone want a waffle while I'm doing this?
Yeah.
That's-
Well, yeah.
that's how you do
Unless you've just seen Blackish
Right.
and you're like,
Right.
I'm going to teach Brad a lesson.
You needy.
Yeah, you quit being so needy. And you know what? I didn't even really want a waffle, but I was
was a
offended.
thought.
I
It
was
was a
like,
thought that would count.
we're not watching Blackish anymore. Anyway,
I might go home and make waffles.
yeah. Well, if you do,
Better make Brad one.
Make your make your wife one.
Well, of course.
My
The batter makes mini waffles.
yeah, my wife is awesome. I'll just say she is awesome.
Except when waffles are
Except
concerned.
when she watched Blackish. I'm like, if it's
So
gonna be
if
a
you're
bad
marriage
influence.
counselor that knows about waffles,
Yeah.
please contact.
Well, it's like the Disney shows. The kids when they watch Disney, they end up acting like buttholes because the kids on Disney, there's no parents. It's like,
Right.
yeah, and so these
Right.
kids think they can talk grown.
Hey.
You
Talk
know
grown, get thrown.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, across the room. No.
Don't call child protective services.
Yes. Back to the nerdies.
Where was our wrap up music?
Counselors, please help.
So Blackish, though, really good show.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Really good. All right.
Good guys.
All right. The second one, The Good Place. Buck,
Oh my god!
tell us about The Good Place.
So I love The Good Place. Like I didn't know anything about this. Like my wife had heard a few good things, and she was like, "Let's try it out." So we watched one episode on Netflix, liked it, watched two, and was hooked. We watched all of them, and then we were like, "Oh no, we ran out." But wait, turns out there's a second season. So I searched for it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find it anywhere, and I heard that it was on Hulu. So I looked it up, and it says all this stuff's on Hulu. So I got Hulu just to watch this.
Wow.
And then it turns out that Hulu didn't have the second season up or whatever at the time that I was looking for it. So I went on Amazon. I just bought the whole season.
Nice.
I was like, I don't care. I need this.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. I love the show.
Yeah, I've never been that way about a show.
I've never watched it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So we had watched the final episode of that on Hulu, and then Hulu, and this will segue into my I guess honorable mention, whatever you want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So it started playing what I thought was just a preview for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I ended up accidentally watching the whole episode, and then the whole series. Oh my God! It turns out same people behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because I was like, why do I love this show so much? And it's because it's all the same people that were working on A Good Place.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
You know what makes me mad about Hulu? After every show, because you know how auto starts?
Yeah.
Mine automatically starts Last Man Standing. And I'm like, I don't watch this show. I don't want to watch this show.
Which one is? Oh,
that's the Tim...
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never watched the show. Like, why does it start on this stupid show after every show? I'm
It's
like,
never done that for me.
Yeah,
maybe
me
maybe it's just what you're watching.
I don't get it.
Maybe your kids watch it.
I've watched the first second of this one episode a million times. I'm like almost through it now. I hate Last Man Standing. I really.
I was thinking of what's his name? Will Arnett. No, it's not Will Arnett. Last Man on Earth.
Oh, that's a great show.
What's his name?
That's Will Forte.
Will Forte. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started that show, and then my schedule shifted somehow, and I never got through it.
That ended this season or this last year.
Yeah, it didn't get picked back up, did it?
Made me mad. No. But that's a good one. Okay, so my pick is The Haunting of Hill House, which is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And that is it was made by the same team, because the director and his wife, who's also or girlfriend, significant other, let's just say, is in the show. But they also made a movie called Oculus, and man, they've done a couple other things that I really liked. And so I was like, oh wow, like I found that out as we were going. And this show, I think it's about 10 to 12 episodes, and it's one of those that just gets so good. Every episode is so good, and you're gonna want to binge watch it. There's all these visual things that you got to watch out for. It's I don't know if I ever. Well, there was a couple jump scares that did make me go, but it's just creepy. It's just a creep. But on top of that, it also has the heart of this show is the relationship between these siblings. And that's what makes this show just like a work of art, in my opinion. So if you haven't watched that, that's my favorite show from 2018. So, all right, we got to move on to comic books. And since I stole a number one that me and Buck both had, I'll start. Mr. Miracle.
Oh, man.
If you watch the New World Comics podcast or, this one since I started reading it, I can't rave enough about this, and I'm only through 6 of 12.
Yeah.
Cameo, have you read any of them?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Oh my God.
So,
what are we doing right now?
Let's turn this off and you start reading it.
Okay, and we'll pick back up.
It's great, and like we talked about, it at the heart of this one is a relationship between a married couple.
Yeah.
And there, some things that I wonder if Tom King is the writer.
Yeah.
I wonder, is he married?
Yes.
Okay. So I wonder if he took just a weird conversation, but not weird, just a random one that a man and a wife would have about refurnishing the house or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just put it amidst this crazy story about gods and and Darkseid, and I'm 6 issues in. We really haven't seen Darkseid, but the story itself is just so compelling. There's philosophy in it.
Yeah.
I love it. I freaking love it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like, just what always brings it back is you'll see Scott and Barda fight, and then as couples do, it's the wait, we're fighting. That's dumb. Let's move on. And everything's good.
Yeah. Because once you're married, it's you start realizing that not every fight leads to like a breakup, and like, and a lot of it's just like, oh, I was just in a bad mood, really, probably, and I shouldn't have said that or whatever, and then you move on and life goes on because there's things to do and life to live. But yeah, there's a lot of moments that aren't like, like the crazy ups and the crazy downs, but just that middle area. And I thought that's cool. I love it. I think it's great. I don't know. I guess you wouldn't call it animation. The art is really, really good. I'd love to see it animated. I'd love to see a fan movie made. Yeah, that might happen. But so good. Okay, so Buck, you're going with another Tom King.
Yeah.
That guy. I love that guy.
Oh my God, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so his Batman is
so this is the rebirth.
Yeah.
And he's been on Batman since
issue 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean there was a bit of a crossover within the first couple issues, but you can kind of skip that. Like it's crazy and fun, but skip it.
Right.
But from there, like within issue 1, he's laid the groundwork for stuff that's. You're just now realizing, oh my God, look at how important all of these little dumb things were. And like he made Kite Man one of the best villains in the history of Batman.
Right.
Like, oh my God, Kite Man, hell yeah.
Well, and you've been, because like I've been so big on Scott Snyder,
and so when the Scott Snyder run came out, I was like, this is the best Batman in 20 years. Like, Batman hasn't been this good for 20 years, and it's probably going to be another 20 before we see something this great.
Which is saying something, because I believe Frank Miller's put out something in the last 20 years.
Yeah, right? He put out something.
So, but even better than Scott Snyder
is this Tom King stuff. And then Scott Snyder goes and gets put on Justice League, and that's great, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you're still getting Scott Snyder Batman with Tom King Batman, and
so it's a good time to be a Batman fan.
Yeah, because I mean, like the first issue of Justice League starts off with all the team, like on their interlinked like intercom thing, saying who does the best Batman voice while Batman's on the line. It's great.
That's cool. Okay, let's see, Cameo.
Yes.
You had. Tell everybody your pick for the nerdy.
The Amazing Spider-Man. The last series was pretty amazing. Who wrote that?
Dan Slott.
Dan Slott, okay. What he did from the beginning of that to the middle and to the, well, I guess, would the climax be the middle? Or is that, okay.
Middle towards the end.
Yeah, so the climax of what was like bound to happen was amazing.
Yes.
Like you never, I would have never thought what would happen. Can I get spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best of the year.
They're all back issues at this point.
Okay,
so.
true. So I guess, I mean, if you haven't read it yet, then that's your own fault. But so when Dr. Octavius took over Spider-Man's body, he, or Peter Parker's body, he became Spider-Man, and, blah, 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 blah. Well, he made up a company called Parker Industries. Later on to find out during, was it the Hydra, like Secret Wars?
Empire.
Yeah. And he basically made it was actually Otto Octavius. because there was 2 O's, or I guess 2 circles around the P and the I for Parker Industries.
Right.
So that was a cool, like turnaround and twist on that. And then, the whole, always Norman Osborn and Peter Parker's little, drama that they have, the way that ended, and then the series or the issue ending 801.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like,
yeah.
I read that the other day, and I was just like, this is so good.
Yeah, 801 might be the ultimate Spider-Man issue. Like, if you were to give someone an issue that says, here's why Spider-Man is important.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the value in Spider-Man. It's that issue.
And the cool thing about that was he was in like maybe 4 or 5 pages.
Yeah.
And that was just amazing to me. But The Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, again, it's one of those that I've always loved the show. I love the animated series. That's why I don't know that there was ever like a live show, but when I say the show, I mean the animated. Was there?
Yeah.
Well, was it like, I thought it was the movie.
Well, it was a TV movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they used to play it on USA
Yes.
way back when, because he had one web shooter, and he fought like samurai. Like, he didn't have villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is one of those that I want. That's one of the things that I'd like to read more of going forward.
Okay.
It's more Spider-Man.
I know someone who can help with that.
Yeah.
Who?
Me.
Oh.
All right. So we cover movies, TV,
Yes.
comic books,
Yeah.
and sometimes music. Sometimes we don't. Music, when something stokes our interest, we talk about it. But
We haven't had a Camps Jams in a while.
we haven't had one.
Let's
in
talk
a little
about
while.
XXXtation.
No.
We're good on that one.
But let's give out some nerdies for some of the best music we listened to this year. I'll start with mine is Bring Me the Horizon. They've been out for a long time, band from England, and I really just got into them, but they've got a new record, kind of cheating because their record comes out January of 2019, but they put out these 2 singles. They've been out since like October.
Okay.
And let me just tell you, the 2 songs that they have released, one's called Mantra and one's called Wonderful Life. I've been jamming those. Like, some days I'll just listen to those 2 songs over and over. And it's one of those things, like, the last couple months I've been, like, work-wise, I've just been busy with a lot of stuff and just a lot of ups and downs. But these songs have really got me through it, like, they're not like, oh, these sad sack songs, but they're just like, they get me going, and I really love them. So the record's called, I don't know if it's going to be called AMO or AMO, but it's coming out in January, and I highly recommend it. And that's my nerdy for this year, because there was some good stuff. Like that Eminem record was really good, but I don't know, music to me, like, it's kind of few and far between anymore, but I really like this Bring Me the Horizon. So, Cameo, you've got your nerdy for the best.
Yeah, Russ. He's been out for a while.
Russell Westbrook?
No.
Oh.
No, not him.
Why not?
Because, no.
Get it? Why not?
Yeah.
It's Russell's.
What?
That's
his brand.
Hashtag. Why not?
What?
Anyways.
Tell me about Russ.
He's an awesome rapper. He's like a rapper, slash singer. But I found out about him last year. He's, like I said, he's been around for a while. I think 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And went to his concert. He came to the Zoo Amphitheater June 12th. So me and my wife and like a couple of friends went, and really cool dude. Concert was amazing, and one of his songs that I really enjoy and played for my wife was "Wife You Up."
Oh yeah.
And that was probably one of the coolest things, because he talks about this girl that he's known for since, I think, like since high school or something.
Sounds like a story I know.
Yeah.
Why didn't you marry your wife back in the day?
I don't know.
You should have. You should have just married her in high school.
I mean, well, I think me then probably would have been the good person
I see.
I am today.
Good.
So sometimes you got to go through some things to get where you want to be. And
while you're doing that, you should listen to Russ.
Yeah. Russ, I'm telling you, his new album Zoo is really good. It's
All
really
right.
good. So
Well,
check
it's
that out.
your 2018 Nerdy Award.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Check it
All
out.
right. This I know people are just hanging on that. Buck, what is your 2018 Music Award nerdy?
So, like, I didn't really listen to new music. I was like, man, I'm spending way too much on music. Let's just listen to stuff that I already have. So,
Sure.
like, I listened to the Eagles for, like, the first half. Then I was like, ooh, Elton John. Then, like, Britney Spears. And, like, lately it's been, like, Lead Belly, like, old, like, 30s blues.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, gun to my head for the show's sake, we'll say Pusher Terrence.
Pusher Terrence.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
All right. That's your nerdies. Now I have a special category here.
Uh-huh.
And this is
Your mother. Oh.
yeah, your mom won a nerdy. I don't know.
Congratulations to your mom. Yay.
Yay.
Oh.
All right. So the this is the nerdy for a couple different groups of podcasts.
Oh, this is going to be who's the best producer of a
Yeah. So the OG nerdy podcast will go to Okie Geek because
Okay.
they've been doing this 3 months, I think, longer than us. No, I don't know. Like they were doing it before we did it, and they were like, I think one day we were over here at New World Comics for a free comic book day.
Yeah.
And Michael Cross
Yeah.
was doing his podcast before we did. And I went over there and talked, we were both in radio and talked about that and talked about, I was looking at his setup and everything.
Yeah.
And that was back in the day when we were doing stick mics from Radio Shack,
Yeah.
and so cool guy.
Well, when he had me on not too long ago, he says, Buck, you're the reason that this is around. I was like, what? No, that's weird. He says, no, because they went over to the Paramount when we did the first convention, and he was like, I think I'll do a podcast on stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
This category is podcasts who recently changed their name, and now they are better off for it.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that goes to our buddies in Red 6 because they shortened it. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's good. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, these are the Vinton Bain Memorial because he was the OG podcaster, and now he's retired.
Oh, we love
He
you,
did?
Vinton.
We do. Yeah.
When did he announce this?
I mean, he told me not to. I was like, so, hey,
He put out a press release, Cameo.
Yeah.
What?
No, he stopped in and was like, hey, I actually have some time. Here's everything that's been going on. I was like, you quit podcasting? That's all you did? He was like, I know.
Well,
Life gets in the way.
Yeah. I mean,
I know he just bought a house. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, Vin's been doing it a long time. And, one of the I'm not complaining. I love podcasting, but you end up putting like a lot of money, time, into podcasting, and sometimes life is like,
Yeah. Nope.
So I'm sure it'll be something Vinton comes back to.
Oh, definitely.
But
He's
I just
too good not to. Yeah.
I just threw that into he gets maybe it should be the Vinton Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah. There we go. There you
I'm
go.
okay with that.
Okay, and then the last category is new podcasts of the year, and it was so close. I'll tell you who number 2 was.
Nurseman.
We're not new. We've been around for years.
Years.
We are the funniest.
Now.
No, the number 2 we'll go with BFN,
Okay.
the Big Freaking Nerds. Is that what that stands
Yep.
for, or is it the big nerds? The big nerds.
It's freaking.
Okay. But number 1 with a bullet,
What?
the New World Comics podcast.
Oh.
With Buck Berlin and Stephanie Cerny and guests.
I feel so honored.
Yeah,
Yay.
newcomer of the year,
Well, thank you.
which you can't win next year
Nope.
I mean,
because then you're just old news.
what if I reinvent myself?
Wait,
change
maybe
your name.
Yeah, change your name.
We're Newer World Podcast.
Yeah, newer.
Like what they did in excuse me, Big Hero 6, New York.
Yes.
It's the new.
New Sanford. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
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 The new World
Yeah.
Comics
Yeah.
podcast. I like it. Season 2. No, I just wanted to name drop some of the the podcasts from around here because
and the Red Six guys, like, every year that they show up on Free Comic Book Days, like, it's now like one of the highlights of the day for me, because I don't really get to talk to them too much outside of
oh
that,
yeah, because they were Red Six to Golden Corral, I think, and
Yeah.
and now they're just Red Six. Which is cool. I like that. I like that
Yeah.
name. So, but yeah, these are people that we run into at the stuff, the different things, and so
Yeah.
wanted to give them a little spotlight. You know,
Cool.
so that's the Nerdies for this year, 2018. Should we play out to like some kind of music? Like some
why
We
not?
should listen to
Special-
Pusher Terrence.
Pusher
Yeah.
Terrence.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was thinking maybe like like Oscar type music.
No, Pusher Terrence.
I don't know who Oscar is.
It's something Kevin Hart won't know about.
Oh.
Too soon, Brad. Too soon. Jeez. So, anyways, on that note.
See you next week.